have the Rayumax. Section on State Route 442 west of Edgewater, Florida. To get a perspective as to where we are, we've got mostly live oak, cabbage palm, and sweet gum woods around here on either side. Which means we've got a mostly mature forest. Live oaks are the climax sort of tree, the vegetation that you have in this type of area, whereas the pines are more of the immediate fill-ins. We've got some myrtle too, especially along the ditches, but that's just there where there's a constant water supply. Moving on down, again we're doing the distress surveys on 3 of the sections. We did it on the GPS and we did it on the previous one to this. We won't do it here. We've got some cracking in the inside wheel path and some transverse cracking. We've got more longitudinal cracking in here than at least in this part of it between Station 0 and Station 1. Don't appear to have any significant rutting. Appears to be less than 1/4 of an inch. Got what looks like one patch up there, although it could be a shingle. Most of the cracks are medium to low severity. Now we're in an area where we've resumed the outer on the inside wheel path, and we're picking up again in the outer. We've got that small patch in the inside lane where apparently some of the pieces started moving in the alligator crack. The alligator cracking here is typically medium severity, whereas before, very similar to what we had before, where we've got of them, but doesn't seem to be any movement taking place. This is we put the supplemental site kind of in between here because the other treatments that we're going to have beyond this are going to be the chip seal type treatments, and we didn't want to bias any of the results that we get on monitoring any of the slurry type thing due to any problems with the chip seals. That's consistent with the order scheme that TTI has given us. We've got a little bit more rudder here on Station 3. It appears in the inside wheel path. This section seems to be pretty typical for what we've got here, though, in terms of the types, amounts, and severity levels of cracking. We were afraid we'd be rained out today. Now, we've seen this in several places also, and it seems like something that's intermittent along the project. I'm probably standing at around Station 3 plus 90 right now. That is medium severity crack. It's around 3/8 of an inch opened up. It continues on down here beyond Station 4, right dead center in the area. And it's accompanied by alligator cracking 15 individuals. We continue to have transverse cracks, and this is a typical transverse crack that we see out here. And now that the sun's gone behind the clouds, or the clouds have gotten in front of the sun more accurately, you can maybe see better the cracking over in the inside wheel path. Again, we don't have traffic control, so I'm not going to try to get out there and show any examples. This is the type of treatment that Mr. Levette, who is the Director of Operations in the 5th District, was most interested in looking at. He and many others, as it turns out, have heard about the Rayumax sort of condition, which hasn't started going yet, but is showing signs of it happening in the future. I would suspect that this pavement is probably going to fall somewhere in the, it'll be in the poor category, I think, although there are sections which are going to be classified as fair. But the thing that it lacks as opposed to the section, say, in Clay County, which is the B section here in Florida, is the amount of rutting. We just don't have it here. And so I think this is a good pavement to use, and I think we're going to see some interesting results come from this. We ought to be able to evaluate the effectiveness of each of these treatments. This ends the video.